Welcome to Time for 13 in 13. We are here to talk about the next episode of the Doctor Who, Kerblam, episode 7 of the new series.
That sounds like an alternate title.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
That would be something we would come up with, right? Kerblam!
Kerblam!
Yeah.
It should have a hyphen in there. So
Exactly.
with me as always is Rob.
Hey!
Hey, all right. Let's see, for those of you who are just joining us, we're going to talk about the newest episode of Doctor Who in and only in 13 minutes. So we're going to get down to business. So, all right, so here we go. So Kerblam, aka
Okay, so I could have gone easy. Journey into the Amazon. Nah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's
but no, that's not good enough, right? And then I thought, well,
good.
maybe I'll do something crazy like Under Siege 3 Prime Annihilation.
I like the Prime.
And
that's
then, the Prime, right? I had to get in the Prime, right?
Uh-huh.
Delivery in 2 days for free. And then I was like, well, maybe we call it the Bubble Wrap Murders.
Oh,
I wasn't sure.
Okay.
But I ended up with Charlie and the Minority Organics Factory.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right. I'm unpacking that. All right.
Yeah, there you go. No pun intended. Unpacking. Okay, so this one, and here's the deal. I think we both are very, very entertained, very happy by this episode.
Yes.
This is the shortest plot summary I've ever written.
Oh, yeah. I say you could really just do 1, 2, 3 on it. So go for it.
Here it is. The Doctor and crew journey to an intergalactic online retailer in search of an SOS author and find a love-struck corporate terrorist at the heart of a misguided plot to save humanity from a life of artificial charity.
Oh, okay.
Boom, done.
Yeah.
That's the episode.
Yeah, you're right. That's pretty much sums it all up too. I really liked how they did this, how they structured the story, because boy, I did not know where they were going.
Yeah.
Like it really was a nice mystery, because like about halfway through I kind of figured out, like I'm like, oh, you know who wrote Help Me? It was the system. Like it's Kerblam. It's the Kerblam system. That's who's asking for help. And it turned out I'm like, oh yeah, I was right.
Well, isn't it? It's interesting. Okay, so everybody. I went into this one and heard online people were just in love with this episode. Right? Like that's what I heard from a lot of
lots of love in it.
Lots of love. People are like, oh, wow, right? And I've got a couple things I would say about it. But the one thing I'm surprised at is everybody focused in on the anti-capitalism, whatever you want to say. I think it was much more of I think the much more subtler message was, hey, and if you don't check your ethics on a regular basis, the AI's ethics are actually greater than the human ones.
Yeah.
That was true. It was a much, much more nuanced message, I think, in this. So
I really thought like you're saying that they were going to go right for Amazon and so you could make some really strong points about how Amazon does business, but they didn't really go that way.
No.
They actually, I thought it was really refreshing that the middle management were not the bad guys.
And even though they were made to think, like, what was it? The guy, the best character name ever, Jarvis Slade.
Such the sleazy middle manager.
And I guess I can say this. I mean, just, what a dick. I mean, you're just like, wow, dude, right? And the guy plays it really well. Like, I hate that guy. And then you find out, well, no, actually, he's not the problem.
Yeah. He actually was trying to do his own way, trying to figure out what was going on and help.
So
I like it's this season of Doctor Who has a very blue collar feel to it, and I like that. And I like because they're sort of on the side, because Ryan's like, yeah, this was my job, this is what I did,
right?
Like this is exactly it. I was a cog in the machine, just like the rest of these people.
The character wise, we had all the companions I think each get some good moments. The thing I love though, that I will say that I see this as the turning point in the series, and we've had a lot of nice, really great episodes, but this is the turning point where it really feels like classic Doctor Who since the reboot.
Oh, okay.
Like that opening for me, that opening 5 minutes. I love In the TARDIS. I want more of In the TARDIS.
Yeah.
When she gets the mail and you have flashbacks to the Doctor's wife where he gets the little message. And then when she opens it up and it's a fez, which
that was such a nice callback.
Well, okay, but I mean, is the insinuation that the AI knew the Doctor and thought that this would be an interesting callback? I mean, was that the implication?
I don't know. I was wondering about that too, or is it that because she said she didn't remember ordering it, but then she said, it might not have been it might have been an earlier incarnation kind of thing. I can't remember what the exact line
because
is,
I
but
thought they had such, and I maybe this would have been too pandering, but man, when she puts the fez on, and I wanted her to look at like Graham and go, I think I'd like to get some fish sticks and custard, and I would have loved to have seen Graham's face like, what is wrong with you?
or is it that the Kerblam system knew that fezzes were something that the Doctor liked because of her profile?
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Like basically, oh, you like these, like, I'm going to send you one, so I can sneak my note in as well.
See, no, that was so, and I was almost a little sad that there wasn't a resolution to that, because that was so obvious if you're paying attention, obviously, to the show for a while. And plus, you get this episode, we get a great callback to the Unicorn and the Wasp.
Yeah. That was funny.
Fantastic reference. I mean, because we haven't had very many of the references to the last 10 seasons. Even callbacks to this series, like she does the the Venusian keto.
I love that.
Right? And then I love the line. Okay, this was actually really cool, where she does the line of some of my best friends are robots.
Yeah.
Canine, the handles, chameleon. Like the chameleon's a classic Who reference, in case you're wondering.
Yes, that is he was companion of the Fifth Doctor.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, this felt, just because it opened in the TARDIS, and there was it just felt like this felt like I said, it was definitely the midpoint. It almost felt like what it should be, the midpoint of the series, where, hey, we've wanted to get you on board to know that we're doing something different. This is now just comfort food. This episode was the comfort food so far of the series.
Okay, I can see that. I like you said, though, I think that they gave everybody a chance to do this stuff too. Like, they got assigned to their jobs, and Ryan's a little annoyed that he has to do the same thing again, and Graham, of course, has to become a janitor.
Fantastic.
But he didn't like sulk the whole time. Like he really got into it that time, and then made friends with the guy who ended up turning to be the evil guy. But what are you gonna do?
And we do take a little bit of a page from Moffat about taking something ordinary and turning it into a murder.
Yeah, the bubble wrap. As soon as they had all this bubble wrap on there, I'm like, there's going to be something with that. I just didn't know what it was. And like, it turns out there's explosives in the bubble wrap.
Yeah, I thought I did find that interesting. Music again, though. Music is fantastic.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the design of the Kerblam Man, mostly because it looked so derivative of other things we've seen before.
Yes, completely.
I mean, it really looked just like the Smilers, I guess, from the Starship Britain, like the.
Oh, right.
I'm probably screwing this all up, but
the Beast Below.
The Beast Below, yeah. Where their fate, where they turn.
These were a bit of a cross, though, with that and C-3PO.
Yeah. Yeah, the glowing eyes was good too, especially when they would flicker and they would turn to something else.
No, I thought that design was good. Again, characters. I mean, this was good in that. I know people have been watching this whole series, and you're thinking, is there a lot of statements about the state of society and all these different types of things. I think this was good that you did have a turn, a twist, and again, Doctor, the guy doesn't get saved either.
Yeah.
She
tried.
She tried.
Okay,
we're done.
Yeah, and it was also good that when the final villain was revealed, and he's says like, this is why I did it, kind of stuff. It's one of these where you go, oh yeah, that actually you kind of got a good point. He's got that little bit of the Killmonger thing where you're like,
right.
The guy's got a point.
Yeah, we've created this problem that has made you put this. And I thought
it's like it's always to get that far, then like, and that's why people need to die. Like, okay, hold on.
Yeah,
you had me until that.
Stop. Oh, and then Kira, who's such a great character.
Oh,
her death. That was dark. Like dark and slightly disturbing.
Yeah, like that was really. I was surprised. I thought they were going to go with that. When they had shown all of the Kerblam men, I thought those were the people. Like they were somehow, there's something was in there was going to. I thought that actually, this is my dark side. I thought the bubble wrap was going to leap out onto her face and transform her into one of them. And so, that's where they're getting the delivery men from. They're actually bioorganic. They're converting the workers into drone. But they decided to go a different way. That's pretty dark, right? I'm glad to do that. I'm like, she opened it up and she's leaning in, and I'm like, no, please don't do this.
That's
and they didn't.
No. Yeah, I think phrases of the episode. I did have so there's a lot. There was actually a lot of good stuff, but I just picked three. Ryan, before he pulls his Han Solo jumping down the trash chute, I should let you know I have a coordination problem. He does. He's got such great stuff. I mean, and that guy's he's delivering his lines well. He's just great.
Yeah.
I love the Doctor ever hidden in a paneled alcove. That seemed completely random and good. But by far, Dan, that was horrible, by the way. Dan Cooper, that's the guy who's working with Yaz at the very beginning.
Okay.
And he has the comment about, yeah, he was a pole dancer till his hips gave out.
And
I was like, what? Like Basil, who was the robot? I'm like, what?
Yeah, they had that. One day away from retirement thing. As soon as he's telling his story, and he's like, "Oh, my locket, like it'll longer than me," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's toast."
Oh yeah, I didn't know it was going to be like that. That was a little. Again, that was we definitely are getting also too. I think the scares are getting a little bit more surreal and maybe a combination of that, like real and surreal.
And this Doctor really loves her psychic paper.
Oh yeah.
Well, the psychic paper's been coming around a lot.
Oh, the Doc with the sonic screwdriver and the sonic paper is like, if you took those, they have to do an episode where she has neither. Like literally nothing. Take the coat and boom, we're done, and that's it.
Oh, we're running out of time.
Oh my god! Wow, can't write.
Okay, so final thoughts.
I like it. It was creepy. It makes a lot of legitimate points about ethics, the ethics of work, and how we handle the future. And enjoyed it. And I love that opening. That opening just made me feel totally at home. Mashed potatoes and roast beef. It was delicious. It was good.
Yeah, I agree. I had so much fun with this episode. Twirly, we didn't even mention Twirly. I love how intricate they made Kerblam, and they get to show you all the different pieces of it too. Like it was even though they kept the cast small, you could tell this was like just this giant organization, and they really thought it out very, very well. So it's very good. So all right, so that was our discussion of Kerblam. So we'll be back next time to talk about our next episode, The Witchfinders. Oh wait, I forgot our ranking. Sorry.
Oh hey, wait!
Before we go, before we go, rank it. So we're going to put it at a 4 out of 5, which would be fantastic. So there. Now we've done all our stuff. Now we can go. And this is why this is the power of editing or lack thereof. All right. See you next time.
Bye.